introduce Dean of School of Engineering, Dr. V. Vijay Kumar sir, a driving force behind transforming aspiring engineers into privacy who work leaves an indelible mark.
Dr. V. Vijay Kumar sir holds an MS Engineering and CSC from USSR and a PhD in Computer Science from JNTU. He had served as an Associate Professor at SIT and an Executive Council member at Dr. B.R. Ambedkar University. Vijay Kumar sir have guided 42 research scholars to PhDs and published over 130 research articles.
Thank you, sir. With genuine admiration, we extend our warmest welcome to our Head Department of ECE, Professor N. Mangalagauri ma'am, onto the stage.
Professor N. Mangalagauri ma'am retired from JNTU. Currently, she serves as an HOD in the Department of ECE, Anurag University. She has 13 years of industrial experience as a technical manager in ECIL, Hyderabad, and 20 years of teaching experience in various academic institutions. She has guided about 50 BTech projects and 40 MTech projects. She is also senior member of various professional chapters.
Thank you, ma'am. It's an honor to introduce our Head Department of EEE, Dr. T. Anil Kumar sir, onto the dais.
Dr. T. Anil Kumar, Head Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, is a highly accomplished professional with a BTech, MTech and PhD in Electrical Power Engineering. He is currently Professor and HOD of EEE Department at Anurag University with 60 plus published papers. His expertise includes power system restructuring, smart grids. He is also actively involved in advising NBA, NAC accreditations and R&D lab setups in engineering colleges.
Thank you, sir. Now with great pride, I invite Dr. S. Madhu, Director of CEPA, onto the dais.
Dr. S. Madhu sir received a bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering and master of engineering in machine design with a PhD from JNTU Kakinada. He served as a senior project officer in IIT Chennai. He moved to industries and served in various capacities. He is also known for his service as a profound academician in various colleges. He is a life member of Indian Society for Technical Education. Madhu sir taught undergraduate and postgraduate students in different categories and guiding research scholars and projects.
Thank you, sir. With profound respect, I want to invite Director, Directorates of Admissions, Dr. Mahipati Srinivas Rao sir, onto the dais.
Thank you, sir. To add some traditional touch and make it an auspicious beginning, I would like to invite all the dignitaries to do the honors of lamp lighting with a captivative prayer song by Goda and Meghana.
Thank you so much to all our dignitaries for inaugurating. An epitome of knowledge and a beacon of inspiration.
Respected Chief Guest of today's function, Dr. BVHS Narayanamurthy Garu, Director General, DRDO, retired. Guest of Honor, Sri Sashikant Adiraju Garu, Senior Data Scientist, GE Power. Honorable Chancellor of our University, Professor UB Desai, Sir. Respected Registrar, Dr. Balajutla Garu. Respected CEO, Madam, Mrs. Neelima. Respected Dean Examinations, Professor Muttareddy Garu, Dean School of Engineering, Professor Vijay Kumar Sir, Dean Academics and Planning, Professor K.S. Reddy, and HODs of ECE, EEE, my dear colleagues, researchers, authors, and students. A very good morning. So welcome you all for the 2 days International Conference on Intelligent Computing for Sustainable Development, ICICSD 2023. It is technically sponsored by Springer Publications. All the accepted and presented papers will be sent for Springer CCIS book series, which will be indexed in Scopus as well as Web of Science. It is my pleasure to give a welcome address. I don't want to focus on the theme, but as a conference chair, I would like to share the experiences and some statistics about these conferences. I don't elaborate much. So though we conducted the conference in the year 2019, the first international conference, after the 2020 and 2021, we decided not to apply for a conference because at that time the pandemic was there, lockdown period. We wanted to conduct the conference only in the offline mode, physically face to face. So we started this process just 1 year back, almost 1 year back, August 2022, we applied for the conference to the Springer, Elsevier, IEEE, various reputed publishing agencies we applied. But Springer evaluated this proposal in the month of January 2023. So they had many queries regarding the conference, how it will be conducted, whether it's physically face to face, how many reviewers will be involved, what about the peer review process, how many papers will accept. So quality aspects, because they were very much focused towards quality aspects. Even we had a virtual meeting with the Springer Advisory Board, especially with Dr. Amin Mobashri. So he is the series editor for Springer CCS book series. So he suggested a lot of important points. So in what way it should be conducted. So 3 reviewers should be assigned for each paper. Acceptance rate should be less than 30%. And you have to do the reviewers outside of it. Most of the reviewers should be outside the country, outside the institution. Don't assign your own faculty as a reviewer. So many points suggested by Dr. Amin Mobashri. I would like to thank him for his suggestions, and he is in touch with me entire conference, because when it was started, January 2023 onwards, he is in touch with me. He is giving, frequently used to give some suggestions. I used to update. And total number of papers, you may have seen in the video promo, 293 papers received. Actually, it is more than 300 papers, but few papers have been desk rejected by editor itself. Because some of the papers didn't meet the quality or scope, that's why it is called as desk rejected. So other than that, even though we received 293 papers from across the globe, especially you may have seen USA, Italy, and Oman, and Taiwan, so many countries, Korea, many countries we received the papers. So in that 87 papers accepted, but some of the authors interested to register only for the journal, special issues of the journal. So that's why registrations have come down to 72. 57 will be going for Springer. 15 will be going for the extended version of journal. So especially Bandham Science and InterScience, we have the collaboration. So here I would like to mention the reviewers. Few reviewers have done excellent job. From Dr. Rushid Dev of USA, he has done more than 7 to 8 papers. He has given a lot of quality comments. So that comments will be very much useful for all the authors. Even they can go for, next time they can go for a journal publication. So that much comments have been given by Dr. Rushid Dev. Another reviewer, chair professor, Hong of Taiwan. So you may have seen in the video, especially even Indian reviewers, Dr. Sridevi from Tyagaraja College of Engineering, Madurai, and Kritika from Kamarajar College, Pondicherry, Dr. Sambhudatta Nanta, and our own colleagues, Dr. Manoj Kumar and Dr. Manoranjan Das. They have done excellent support for this conference in reviewing the papers and improving the quality of the papers. So here, I would like to mention all the authors sitting here. So your paper have been gone through the rigorous peer review process, then only it has been selected, it has been accepted for publication. So one more thing, though Springer and advisory committee preferred for face-to-face, because Springer was very particular about maximum paper should be presented in the face-to-face mode. But many of the authors, because most of the authors are habituated for online presentations, virtual presentations, so many requests came, but we could not accept few requests. So advisory committee decided only few can be granted. So that's why. So we can't do much because when few authors had to come physically for this conference. I congratulate all the authors, researchers, and industry personnel for sending the papers to this prestigious international conference ICICSD 2023. I hope all the participants will enjoy the technical sessions, keynote address, and it will be a great intellectual experience. All the best to the authors and participants. Thanks for the given opportunity.
Thank you, sir. Those were some valuable insights.
A small change in the schedule. Our Chancellor, Professor UB Desai sir, has some urgent meeting. So that's why sir will be delivering the address now. So I welcome sir for the addressing. So please, you can read.
In a gesture of utmost respect, we extend an invitation to Professor UB Desai to address the gathering.
So, Dr. Narayan Murthy, Dr. Shashikant Adhiraju, my colleagues on the dais. I won't repeat all the names, I think that itself will take away a lot of time, distinguished guests in the audience, okay. It is indeed my pleasure to be out here at this particular conference, and at the outset, I would like to congratulate Dr. Satish, Professor Mangala, and Dr. Anil Kumar for organizing and putting this conference together. I think one doesn't realize, and having been through organizing many of these conferences, the back end work is very, very heavy. What we see today for the 2-3 days, that perhaps is the easiest part of the whole conference. Okay, but what goes on before the conference and months of work, sometimes even more than months, and for that, please give them a very big hand on my behalf. Also, the topic that has been chosen, I think, is very, very appropriate. We saw of course, for the next at least sometime we'll keep mentioning this, or we cannot help mentioning it, is the landing that we had, soft landing on the moon that we had. People were talking, is there any AI in it? Where is the AI? So some guys say, okay, the last part when the thing was landing, our Vikram was landing on the moon, there was some AI, so it made sure that it had a very nice soft landing. But in today's time, sometimes you have one code which says if not, and people will say so there was some AI in it. Okay, so AI has become so popular that you have to talk about it. But the applications of AI, and that was mentioned out here, intelligent computing. So we can have different vocabulary out here: artificial intelligence, machine learning, intelligent computing. There are minor nuances and differences out there, but by and large, broadly in the same domain. It's very varied in the sense today AI has become like a horizontal thing cutting across practically any discipline that you can think of. Nothing to do with electrical engineering, electronics, communication. You look at healthcare, you look at biology. Yesterday I was talking to some people in business school. AI is there in business management also. Business process innovations, people are using AI. So there is hardly any domain that has been left out today where you do not see some application of AI. Because the fundamental research in AI is pretty much done by people in computer science and areas which are allied to computer science, but applications are all across. And as was mentioned to me by Dr. Satish, fundamentally they are looking at applications of AI in the developmental goals. The United Nations has set out about, I think, I forget the number, some 17 or something, 17 SDGs as they call them, sustainable development goals, and there are some which relate to today's event, and particularly, as you was mentioning, the focus is more on healthcare, agriculture, and which was the third one? Automation. Yeah. I think so, and all three are very, very important areas. In fact, other day only I got some message from one of my colleagues in the US. This company called Waymo has started having autonomous vehicles in San Francisco. So you can order a Waymo taxi in San Francisco, which is going to be autonomous. And what he says, the first time around, it's a very eerie feeling sitting in a taxi with no driver out there. Okay, and the taxi is taking you from one point to another point. But this is in Frisco, okay, so it's not some teeny-weeny town or something. But he says after about one or two iterations, you kind of get used to it. It's like many of you have traveled at airports, at least international airports like Singapore, Dubai, and you have trains out there. There is no driver in the train, if you have noticed it. When we take those trains between terminals. In each first time you do that, you feel a little funny, particularly if you are in the very first carriage. Okay, but then after a while, you kind of get used to it. Same thing will happen out here. So autonomous vehicles that Dr. Satish is mentioning, okay, is actually happening. It is no longer on the research board or the development board or the drawing board. Okay, it is there and people are starting to use it. Obviously, there will be teething trouble. Okay, and they are coming. Of course, getting autonomous vehicles to cities like Hyderabad or Bangalore or Bombay, that's going to take a long time. Given our kind of erratic traffic that we have, indisciplined traffic that we have, okay, that will be a different kind of a problem altogether. But applications of AI in all the three disciplines are very, very vital. And there are many industries also focusing on applications in all the three disciplines: agriculture, healthcare, and autonomous. In fact, from the Indian context, I would say agriculture and healthcare, I would put the two on top and put autonomous vehicles as number 3. Okay. It is important, and the principles would be by and large very similar, but given our kind of needs, the needs that are there for our country, I think agriculture and healthcare. And personally, I am more tempted to say that healthcare is perhaps very, very important, particularly when you look at the healthcare situation in rural India. If you're in a city like Hyderabad or Bangalore or Chennai, I mean, we have very good medical facilities. But when you go out, and how can AI be used to help create better healthcare facilities, once you are, say, about 100, 200 kilometers from an urban center? That's a big challenge. People have tried to solve it. It's a problem which very big hospitals have worked on it. Okay, but it's still an unsolved problem because the issues are far more complicated. Okay, so what you have at your disposals are immense challenges for applications of AI in all the three domains, I think, and these challenges will remain. I mean, at least for a decade, and new challenges will come up. So I think you have a very fertile territory for doing research as well as for developmental work. I'm very happy to see that the conference organizers made sure that this conference has an international flavor to it. It is not simply a local flavor. I think it's good that you had people from Mexico, from Taiwan, I think from some other countries also. I think that is very, very important in today's time, that we go global and not simply remain local. I think it's very crucial, because connections are very important, collaborations are very important. Conferences like this also are very, very vital for creating an R&D culture, a culture which sets you thinking. Otherwise, what happens, you are used to day-to-day thinking, that, oh, I have a class on this particular time, teach this topic, etc. So suddenly there is a break from it, both for the faculty and the students and the visitors who have come out here, to really kind of, have a different environment, a different kind of an ambience to discuss certain very niche topics, and the niche topic being intelligent computing. Okay. So with these few words, first of all, I must apologize that I have another meeting at 11:30, so I'll leave after a short while, so please don't mind that. And I must thank Dr. Satish and Nilima ma'am for rearranging the schedule so that I could talk a little bit ahead of some of the other people who are listed out there. For that, I'm ever so grateful to them. Thank you so very much.
Thank you for your valuable insights and valuable time, sir. Now, with utmost reverence, we request Professor N. Mangalgauri ma'am to share her insights with us.
Honorable Chancellor Sir, Dr. U.V. Desai Sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. Ramchandran Sir, in absentia, respected Registrar Dr. Balaji Utla Sir, distinguished Chief Guest from DRDO and of today's inaugural function, Dr. BHVS Narayan Murthy Sir, distinguished Guest of Honor, Srikant Adiraj Garu, Shashikant Adiraj Garu from GE Power, our ever supportive management, esteemed Chairman, Dr. Palla Rajeswar Reddy Garu, and our beloved CEO, Nilima Madam, our able guides and mentors, Dr. Vijay Kumar Sir, Dean School of Engineering, and Dr. Mutta Reddy Sir, Dean Examinations, our ECE Professor, Dean R&D, and the architect of this international conference, Dr. Satish Kumran, Dr. Anil Kumar, Head EEE, co-chair along with me for this conference, all the other respected deans, directors, HODs, and every member of the Anurag University leadership team. Most importantly, the editors, the resource persons, the keynote speakers, the participants, paper authors, publishers, Springer publishers, sponsors, all the dignitaries online and on the dais and off the dais, and our committed conference committee members from ECE and EEE departments, my colleagues, teaching and non-teaching, all of you, as HOD of ECE and co-chair of this conference, I extend warm welcome and greetings. I feel privileged to make few statements about my department first, and in particular, and then few statements about the conference in general. The department of ECE started in 2002 with an intake of 160 members, 60 students, and it has grown to 360 by 2023. This is all because of the strength of faculty in the department. I am proud to mention that the department is rich with 18 doctorates in specialized in the thrust areas like VLSI design, signal processing and communication, IoT and embedded systems, and machine learning, out of about 45 faculty members. And many more faculty members have registered and they are pursuing their PhD in these domains. We have, the department has an excellent ambience with all the infrastructure necessary. We have 2 R&D labs. We have a center of excellence in VLSI design. We have everything related to the academic requirement in place in the department. And I feel proud to mention that we have grant in aid projects, funded projects from various governmental agencies to a tune of 2.2 crores, which are being in process presently, in place presently. They're going on. The achievements of our faculty members and the students is the main reason to bring laurels to the department and the status of the department today. And about the conference, I just want to make 2-3 statements only. This international conference on intelligent computing for sustainable development has a focus on contemporary technical topics, echoing the universal call by UNDP for sustainable development to create a healthy and happy and peaceful planet. All the topics listed under call for papers like green computing, etc., what are all listed, are in line with the sustainable development goals listed by UNESCO under Destination 2030. And this will become possible only with the involvement of science, engineering and technology specialists, experts, to create, develop, maintain and sustain the developments to create the eco-friendly environment on the planet. And this will become possible only with the huge data collection, compilation, analysis, and predictive, like anticipating the future consequences, which is the agenda item, and all the technical topics listed under this conference echo the requirement. And I feel happy to mention that, which was actually presented by our conference chair, Dr. Satish Kumaran. In the statistics presented by him, we can understand that good number of papers could be attracted from all over the globe and all corners of India and many other countries. The committed efforts and team spirit of our conference committee members, conference team, is behind this particular day today. And our chancellors are always used to mention, like in his address, like he used to stress upon this sustainable development. When in 2 of the addresses I heard, I noted that his stress is on sustainable development. And I hope all the participants who have registered and offline or online participating to make the best out of this 2 days interaction, networking and keynote speeches. My sincere thanks to the administration, the management and conference committee and everyone involved indirectly or directly. Thank you.
Thank you for your valuable insights, ma'am. In the spirit of honor, we extend our welcome to Dr. T. Anil Kumar sir to address the gathering.
Good morning to all. Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. Narayan Murthy, former Director General from DRDO, and guest of honor, respected guest of honor, Sri Shashikant Adiraju from GE Power, and Honorable Chancellor, Anurag University, UB Desai Garu, and respected Registrar Anurag University, Professor Balaji Utla Garu, and respected CEO, Anurag University, Nilima Madam, and all deans, directors, HODs, and faculty, and participants, students, scholars, print and electronic media, I welcome all of you to the inaugural ceremony of International Conference on Intelligent Computing for Sustainable Development, that is ICICSD 2023. Coming to the conference theme, this is Intelligent Computing for Sustainable Development. There are two important keywords. One is intelligent computing. Another one is sustainable development. The need of the technology for improving livelihood and the standard of living level of the people of the country and across the globe. That is the need of the technology. What is the role of intelligent computing? What is intelligent computing? People are saying that the role of artificial intelligence, machine learning, data science, and blockchain. These technologies have penetrating real-time systems, moving faster with safe, secure, reliable, efficient, cost-effective manner. That is the need of the intelligent computing nowadays. Coming to the intelligent computing, nowadays we are finding applications of the intelligent computing in healthcare, robotics, energy, power, and some other allied fields. That is the importance of intelligent computing. Coming to the backbone infrastructure of intelligent computing. What infrastructure is required to work on intelligent computing? Coming to the infrastructure, by 2030, people are talking about autonomous systems. When we are talking about autonomous systems, people are only talking about artificial intelligence and machine learning. No one is recognizing the role of very large scale integration technology, communication technologies, sensor technologies. The intelligent computing platform is an integration of all technologies. Coming to the intelligent computing backbone infrastructure, the first one is we have to look at nanoscale semiconductor technology. We must be in a position to develop nanoscale chips, let us say 5 nanometer or 6 nanometer chips for AI applications. Though you are developing AI algorithms, there is no use. If you have chips, nano chips for processing the data, then only we can realize autonomous systems. Though there is, because of that, what I am trying to say, the role of communication engineers, electronics engineers is more crucial in the design and development of ultra large scale integration technology. Nowadays we are talking about VLSI technology. Okay, for AI applications, for developing AI robots and all these things, we have to focus on ultra large scale integration technology. That is the backbone infrastructure for high processing, high data processing. Apart from this, when we are capturing the data from real-time systems, we need high precision sensors. So we have to focus on sensor technology. After capturing the data, we have to store the data in the data centers. For that, we have to develop high communication, long-range communication modules. Okay, after reaching the data, we have to store large amount of data. We have to develop more data centers. So we have to develop this kind of infrastructure. Okay, the role of what I would like to say is the role of electronics and communication engineers and data engineers, computer engineers is more crucial in development of autonomous intelligent computing systems. I hope that this conference is a right platform to all of you to exchange your views and ideas. Thank you very much for the given opportunity.
Thank you, sir. With profound esteem, we humbly welcome Mr. V. Vijay Kumar to grace us with his words.
Respected dignitaries on the dais, Dr. BHVS Narayan Murthy Garu and Shri Shashikant Adiraj Garu, and our beloved and Honorable Chancellor of Anurag University, Professor U.B. Desai Garu, and our beloved Registrar Balaji Utla, and the CEO Madam, who is looking after the entire, providing entire infrastructure and everything for this conference, Professor Nilima Garu, and Dean, School of Examination, Dr. Muttareddy Garu, and the chief architects, or I can say, the three pillars of this conference. One is Dr. Satish Kumaran, Dean R&D of Anurag University, Professor Mangal Gauri, the Head Department of ECE, and Dr. Anil, the Head Department of English, and their own team members, and the other dignitaries on the dais, and my dear colleagues, my dear students, and also press and electronic media, and especially the delegates who have come from across various parts of the country and also across the entire globe. On behalf of the management and the AU leadership team, once again I welcome you all to this vibrant campus that is Anurag University. Anyway, the conference theme, everybody has said, but to my knowledge, an intelligent system is an advanced computing system that itself is capable of what? That is itself capable of gathering the information, analyzing that information, and reporting whatever may be it has analyzed. It needs to report that information is nothing but an intelligent system. Previously, what we used to do as a computer science engineer is we used to collect the information and we used to give to the computer with a special program. We used to analyze that program. Then after analyzing, we ourselves used to give the report of that information. But today, the intelligent systems are doing everything. But anyway, I need not necessarily to expose anything to give on this topic, because all of you have presented papers. You know better than me what is an intelligent system is. But I would like to give one advice to all the presenters and also the staff members of Anurag University who are really participating in this conference. Please try to exchange your insights and intelligent thoughts and try to see that this connectivity will go further to develop your further academic development. So once again, I congratulate all of you for coming to this conference. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable insights. With highest regard, we invite Mrs. S. Nilima to take the floor and impart her knowledge.
Good morning. Good morning to all. The respected dignitaries on the dais, our today's chief guest, Narayan Murthy sir, and guest of honor, Shashikant sir, and our Chancellor sir, U.B. Desai sir, and our Registrar, Utla Balaji sir, and our respected deans, directors, faculty heads of the departments on the dais, and today's conference chair, our Satish Kumaran sir, and other faculty members, and the participants, and the researchers who are of the dais. Once again, to all of you, welcome to our Anurag University. And also I am thanking everyone. Today you are all presented for this two-day conference of ICICSD, Intelligent Computing on Sustainable Development. As an Anurag University, we always strongly believe on the whatever three mantra, our chairman will tell about every time he will reiterate that we strongly believe on three mantra. One is we created an infrastructure with the best of the state of the art. That is, infrastructure creation is the responsibility of the management. I hope we did the best infrastructure across the maybe Telangana and across the India. And that is one goal. And another thing is we are recruited the best faculty from the across the globe. We invited the teachers and we continuously recruiting the good faculty with committed teachers. In our university at present, this campus is having a strength of 12,000 students and the faculty strength is almost 470 faculty are available at present across all domains. Out of that, almost 220 faculty are PhDs. All faculties are doctorates, 220 faculty are doctorates, and the remaining 80% faculty are registered for the PhDs. This Anurag University strongly believe on the academic quality. If these two we achieve, surely we create an environment, our faculty and the infrastructure, it strongly, the best we will create the best academic environment among our faculty and the students. We created good labs, we created good infrastructure and we recruited good faculty. Out of this, our faculty, 80% faculty are working from last 20. Our university is, earlier it was an CVSR engineering college. It was established in 2002. From that last 21 years, our faculty are working very hard for this. We also strongly believe on the OBE concepts. Whatever, because our institution is almost 3 times it is accredited by the NBA. We strongly believe on the OBE concepts. Our faculty will also follow the OBE concepts. Here I strongly mention today generation, because it's very challenging for the faculty to face the present generation students. The students nowadays, when we are studied, at that time our source of information is only our teacher or maybe library. But nowadays all the students are, the information is on their palm. They are fully equipped with the information. That information has converted into a knowledge, the role of our teachers. That teachers are morely focusing on this. What we taught is not in the class is not an important. What we student learned is more important. We almost every day, we strongly believe on that. OBE, whatever information student, whatever knowledge student gained is, we feel it is very great. This campus is very vibrant campus, and we have very good infrastructure, faculty. At the same time, we always catch the whatever latest technologies are happening, or latest things are happening in the outside the world. Our faculty are fully equipped with those things. Our faculty are also implementing the PBL concepts, like that. Every new innovative teaching methods our teachers are implementing. Surely this type of conferences will help the faculty very great, because the proceedings, I wish and hope the proceedings of this conference will help our teaching fraternity, and at the same time it also will be useful for our student community. I hope and I wish the organizing committee, surely it will help for them to very good conference. It will give the good proceedings. Thank you very much.
the chief guest, Professor Dr. Anurag University, our guest of honor, Shashikant Adiraj Garu, Chancellor Professor Desai Garu, our CEO Nilima Garu, and the conference chair Professor Satish Kumaran, and my other deans, heads of departments, students, and conference participants and paper presenters. A very warm welcome to all of you to this International Conference on Intelligent Computing for Sustainable Development. One of the key things that I realize that time is life. I don't believe in God, I'm an atheist. So the only thing that I believe, life is short, and we are here today, gone tomorrow. So the time is of importance. Therefore, I will try to keep my comments as short as possible. I had the opportunity of working in academia for a while, and the industry for a while. At a very late age in my life, I also had a startup, exited, and now back in academics, primarily in an administrative role. One thing that strikes me that I think the world requires is applications, and the world values applications. So my invitation to all the paper presenters and those of you who are going to pursue your work in future is to look for applications, like Professor Desai talked about. Resource-constrained countries like India, and there are many more countries, where we do some jugaad, but jugaad is not the best. Jugaad is just managing. Go beyond jugaad, what we call frugal engineering. If we can apply frugal engineering and all the technology that we have to our real problems, even if you solve a small real problem that a farmer has, to be able to predict a pestilence or the evolution or emergence of pests in a farm, and what we call identify, assess, seek and destroy, like a missile would do. So any combined technology. So my invitation also is to look at collaboration among all the various parts of things. That's when technology is of use, because the difference between technology and science, all of you know, and as a evolving, developing country, what we need is application of technology. Build some products, let them fail, and write a paper around it. Normally we write a paper and hope somebody will build a product. I would rather that you develop a product, let it fail, even a failure, from that you can draw a lesson and then talk about it and write about it. That's how the knowledge of technology can go further. I wish and hope that all of you, or some of you, will apply this. And I do wish Satish Kumaran and Professor Gauri's team, next time whenever they do the conference, you will see enough proof of pudding on the stage and on the ground, that our technology will be seen, can be felt, can be experienced. Because otherwise, while abstraction is very important, we have to convert abstraction into concrete products and services for the world. And that's of very important. For example, when we talk to the farmers, I've done farming, lost 4 to 5 million rupees. So I understand what are the issues. In Telugu there is a saying, it's okay if you have lost 100 acres, but at least you know how the courts function. That's how learn. So learning from real experience is very important. So try to see what we call where rubber meets the road. And that is something that I invite my colleagues here and other people who have come from different parts of the world to participate in that. And I'm sure my colleagues would take care of you in terms of hospitality. Right? Hyderabad is known for its warm hospitality, what we call Tehzeeb. So welcome you all to Hyderabad. Those of you who are not from Hyderabad, have a wonderful conference proceedings, have wonderful networking together, learn from each other, share from each other, and push the boundaries of knowledge for the good of humanity. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. With deep respect, we kindly request Mr. Shashikant Adiraju, sir, to step forward and address our gathering.
Good morning, everyone. I believe some people have joined virtually across the globe. Hello, world. I am deeply honored to be here, especially sharing stage with eminent people who are sitting in this row. I am not going to call them, each one of them by names. They made names for themselves already. Okay, so very glad to be part of this conference. When Dr. Anil Kumar called me a few days ago, inviting me to this conference, I immediately accepted. I cancelled all my meetings for today and came here. I like these conferences because this is a forum where we see diverse minds coming together and sharing knowledge across each other and learning each other. When I last time in this campus, I was so thrilled looking at not only looking at the infrastructure, by looking at the mission and vision of this university. I strongly believe this is the place where you are not studying but you are learning. Please see the difference between studying and learning. And I am fully confident and I am fully convinced that you are going to learn here, not just studying. Okay. Looking at the theme that really attracted me, intelligent computing for sustainable development. I would say sustainable development with intelligent computing. I give sustainable development the first place, then the intelligent computing. As Mr. Balaji was also saying, you need to have a need. You need to, why you are using a technology, there should be a need. That's why I put sustainable development first and then the intelligent computing next. So intelligent computing, in my opinion, is not just, using computational systems intelligently. How you are applying intelligence to build the systems. That is where intelligence lies, in my opinion. So I reserve most of my thoughts for my keynote, which I will be doing in some time. I don't want to, overflow a lot of information at this point of time, but I reserve my thoughts for my next session. Once again, I thank everybody for inviting me here, and I congratulate, wishing all the best for the people who presented the papers, who wrote the papers, and that got selected. I leave just one thought here. If you strongly believe in something, you write. That is a saying, and it was proven in most of the occasions. So please keep writing, please keep sharing your thoughts. That's how people can learn from you. Okay? Thanks again.
Thank you, sir. Now, with utmost esteem, we extend our invitation to Dr. BHVS Narayanamurthy, sir, to share their insights with the gathering.
Good morning to all of you. Professor U.B. Desai, Chancellor of Anurag University, Sri Shashikant Adiraju from GE Power, Dr. Balaji Utla, Registrar, Srimati Neelima, CEO of Anurag University, and other distinguished persons from on this dais, and also the distinguished guest invitees, the faculty, delegates, students, and ladies and gentlemen. Good morning to all of you, and my warm greetings to all of you on the occasion of this inaugural session of this international conference on intelligent computing for sustainable development being organized here today, this 2 days conference. Basically, when I was going through the brochure given to me, I think the main thrust areas was basically on the digital healthcare, digital farming, autonomous systems, that type of things has been told, and also the different fields, I think already, like the machine learning or green computing or the cyber security or VLSI, whatever these things, so many. All these fields are very much apt for this, particularly the topic chosen, that is basically the intelligent computing for sustainable development, particularly with respect to AI and other aspects. In the beginning, I think the organizing committee has showcased a small video. In fact, that is very much, I think I was very happy to see that is giving very brief overview of the complete conference and the the main persons behind that, and all the particularly from the Springer Journal and the editorial committee and other people who evaluated all the papers. I think as I could see, there was a lot of overwhelming response, and the more than 70 papers have been selected for this conference, and I congratulate all the authors where their papers are selected for this conference. Particularly, I think when I joined in sometime in 1987 and 86 DRDO, at that time we were working on the processors. At that time, Intel family, 5 megahertz or 8 megahertz, that type of processors. In fact, we used to write the complete guidance control systems for the missiles in assembly language, basically to make it real time. I think because that was the currency with respect to the compute power at the time. Now you see the present day's microprocessor chips. I think total GPU and in fact total supercomputer is on the chip, as I think as the speakers was telling. Particularly if you take the current days NVIDIA chip, particularly with Jetson GPU, basically with the multi-core processors and multiple GPUs and other things, complete AI machine can run on that in real time. I think that's what the technology has improved, and it became more or less the AI, which was earlier in the late 80s, were more restricted to the expert systems, which didn't survive for a long time. But I think now with the availability of the knowledge, algorithms and all the compute power, now it has become a reality, particularly the AI, and apt for that also, now AI being used in various applications. I think as Professor Desai was telling, apart from the theoretical foundation, but the applications are varied in multiple fields, not only limited to the engineering, but in the medical or agriculture, everywhere. I think we are even the financial banking, all sectors being very much used, and I think the applications are growing very much. And particularly if you see the space and defense, I think where I am related, particularly defense. Now the trend is to use more AI components into all the defense systems also. In fact, as Professor Desai was telling, the Chandrayaan 3, whether they has AI or not, but the trend is that I think definitely future systems will definitely have all AI components embedded, and then we have to use that also. Particularly, I can say with respect to the AI advantage, particularly maybe with respect to if you see when you were saying with respect to target detection and that type of things, the classical algorithms may be given, will be able to track or detect up to a certain distance, but with the available sensors. But I think definitely AI will perform much better with even in the low SNR situations, and it will be able to give a much higher range. I think that is what the advantage, where AI will definitely give an advantage, and definitely I think we will be able to the AI will come big way in all the fields, and definitely I think future is AI only, and definitely with respect to this, I think today's conference is very apt. I think the deliberations which will take place these 2 days, we think will be, I think, a lot of useful for all the faculty, students, the researchers, or the delegates. I think to know the current trends in this technology and applications of this technology, and particularly as I think from being DRDO, I think we are working on all the with respect to the future roadmap for the defense systems, even in other applications with respect to space.
Talk about a specific topic on this one. Okay. First of all, what is sustainable development? As I was also mentioning in my previous speech, I talk about technology next, I talk about the theme first, like what is the sustainable development, okay? So there is no solid definition, but referring to a lot of material on sustainable development, it is the development that meets the needs of present while not compromising on the ability of the future generations for their future needs. That is the standard definition most of the people refer to when it comes to sustainable development. Okay. Then comes what are the sustainable development goals. So we use SDGs, right? So there was a conference in 2015 where 193 nations adopted the sustainable development goals. So there are 17 sustainable development goals that the entire globe who have participated in this forum have agreed to implement by 2030. And most of the countries have their own targets of achieving these SDGs by 2030, and they are tracking their progress regularly, how they are doing these, how they are implementing these SDGs for their respective countries. At GE, sustainable development goals is inbuilt into our priorities. Okay, let me talk about GE in this context. So GE's commitment is to build a technology that enables a more sustainable tomorrow. That is our commitment as a company. Okay, you see the sustainable tomorrow is already there as part of our commitment. Okay. Out of 17, 11 SDGs are tied to GE's sustainable priorities, are tied to GE's priorities. Such a huge number, right? 11 out of 17 are tied to GE's priorities. Now you can imagine how serious this company is about implementing these sustainable development goals in our day-to-day work. Okay, so this is inbuilt into our culture at the company, whether it is leadership engagement, whether it is defining a business strategy, or even building products that we make. This sustainable development is part of our DNA. Okay? All right. I am assisted by some notes because I have a habit of deviating from the topic a little bit. I don't want to do that in the interest of time. That is why I have been assisted with some reference so that I don't deviate from the topic. Okay? Something more about GE on this specific topic. So GE has been a signatory to the UN Global Compact since 2008. And as I was mentioning, we see a close alignment of 11 out of 17 SDGs in our strategic priorities. Okay. We met our 2020 emissions target ahead of schedule. And we set a new goal to achieve the carbon neutrality by 2030. Highly ambitious. We also went ahead and set a goal of zero carbon by 2050. Again, very ambitious goal. Now, how do we do to actually achieve these sustainable development goals with technology? Then comes this intelligent computing part. Okay. So many definitions again on intelligent computing. So if I ask one person, he give one definition. If I ask another person, he give another definition. There is no standard definition for intelligent computing. So people say artificial intelligence as intelligent computing. Okay, natural language processing, intelligent computing. Computer vision, intelligent computing. Then what is intelligent computing? What is computing and what is intelligent computing? No standard definition. You can interpret it in your own words and sentences. Okay. What I would say is, this is in my own words, intelligent computing is not only intelligent oriented, but intelligence driven is what I believe. You should drive it with intelligence. That is intelligent computing, not intelligent oriented. Okay. Now, what role AI can play here? So since I am coming from the data science background, let me give a very quick example of how AI is playing a role in this intelligent computing. When we started working with our marketing intelligence and advocacy groups a year and a half ago, they came with a problem where we have our GE equipment spread all over the globe. We have around 30,000 power plants across the globe. They emit CO2, right? And we release the CO2 into the air. How do we capture CO2 emissions and store it? So even to do that before, we need to know, is there enough space near to the plant so that we can redirect the emissions into the ground? How to know that? How to detect an area which is available near to the plant? So this is where we applied computer vision as a technology, taking the images from Google Earth, where our plants are located across the globe. Is there any space nearby? If there is a space, is it an empty space, or is there enough space, or is there a building, or is there a water body nearby, is there a green field nearby? We need to detect all the available places so that we can recommend, or we can recommend our marketing team saying that, okay, there is a space near to this power plant which is enough for us to transfer these emissions into the ground. That is where we apply technology. So likewise, if you start thinking about applying technology, technology can be applied across multiple applications. But for this specific topic, when we are talking about sustainable development goals, we have 17 sustainable development goals. What we can take so that we can apply technology to them, right? When I was reading about sustainable development goals, I saw life under the water, life on the planet, right? There are so many such. On a lighter note, since we have witnessed the, Chandrayaan 3 landed on the southern pole of Moon just a few days ago, if there is a revised version of SDGs in the future, there will be another SDG called life on the moon. Who knows? Right? So when MDGs were started, it was a very leaner version of SDGs, right? When SDGs formed in 2015, they came up with 70. So tomorrow when there is some other, development goals happen, definitely they keep on adding these sustainable development goals to the list. And you see a constant or consistent evolution of technology in meeting the needs of all these goals. Okay. Certainly, artificial intelligence is going to play a very big role in a positive way. It's going to create a very positive impact. Okay. How do we ensure that whatever we are building using artificial intelligence in a more ethical way or in a more responsible way? I know I see the list of topics. People have written papers on responsible AI, explainable AI, ethical AI, and so on and so forth. You may get to know the details about it, but as a data scientist, your responsibility is not only to build an algorithm or a model to solve a problem, but how responsible you are in building an algorithm. So we have to keep that in mind. So I don't want to really spend a lot of time. I would rather, leave you with some thoughts when I say sustainable development goals and the role technology is going to, help achieve those goals. I just made one example, but there are several such examples. Okay, look at natural language processing. Okay, probably this is the area which is getting lot of traction these days. Okay, you must be reading a lot of news about large language models, chat GPT, right? Generative AI, all buzzwords around you. Okay, maybe this is an area which was less explored in the data science field. There were so many use cases on computer vision related tasks like object detection, autonomous cars, detecting anomalies in the chest x-rays, COVID x-rays. Lot of work happened in the image analytics field, but on the text analytics field very less has happened so far, and this is an area which is gaining lot of traction, and that's why you see lot of action around natural language processing these days. Okay, look at the academics like a university having lot of papers published or having lot of textual data that you built over several years. If you want to go back and you want to search for something from your historical repository of text data, is it easy or tough? You want to summarize your work of like 300 pages into one paragraph. How do you do it? Imagine you doing it manually, reading through 300-page document and then summarizing with 20 lines. Then imagine an artificial intelligence system powered by deep learning based models using natural language processing methodology doing that job in few seconds with an agreed upon accuracy. So this is where technology can help the human. It's not going to replace the human, but it's going to help the human so that human can spend time intelligently on something more productive that he or she can do. Okay, there is a fear I see from most of the people. They say, if AI is AI going to take my job away? No, it is not. It's going to enable you to do your job even more effectively. So that is how you have to think about AI, not as a threat, but as an opportunity in what you are doing. Okay, so natural language processing is one area, definitely, and computer vision, as you have seen, lot of potential on analyzing the images and providing insights out of it. So if you really tie these technologies to meet the goals of sustainable development, which you have already set for 2030, you can imagine there are tons of opportunities that are there around. Okay, so with that, I close my keynote. And I really wish you all the best, whoever have written papers and got published those. And I also thank the Anurag University for giving me an opportunity to come and share my thoughts. Thanks again.
Thank you, sir. We are very happy to have an eminent personality like you. And you being a part of GE Power, and your inputs to our faculty members would help us make our research more strong and find out some research in sustainable development. And moreover, thank you for removing the fear of AI to making it an opportunity. Thank you very much for being with us, sir.
Thank you, ma'am, and thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed scholars and distinguished guests, it is with great honor that I introduce our session chairs of this conference, Dr. Shrivan Mishra. He is working as professor and head in department ECE in CMR College, Hyderabad.
Dr. YVS Sai Pragati, professor and head of department of CSE at Stanley Engineering College, Hyderabad. And Dr. C. Rajkumar, working as a professor in the Department of ECE in Vidya Jyoti Institute of Technology, Hyderabad.
Hereby we insist all the attendees to reach out to the designated places and carry on with the further proceedings of the conference. Thank you all.
Participants can please find your respective venues at registration desk, and few of you are given a venue of E-Block auditorium. Those who have an E-Block auditorium, please stay back here, and all other participants are requested to go to their respective venues.